Greetings and gratitude, everyone. Welcome to Magic of Eden. If y'all are new here, my name is Cassandra. I'm New Witch, author and poet of Magic of Eden. Thank you so much for coming onto my YouTube channel. If y'all are returning, hey family, welcome back to our sacred garden. I'm always honored, excited, and elated to be in your presence. We are going to be doing a pick a deck reading. I've already got them laid out, as you can tell by the thumbnail. That is obviously the reason why you guys came here, because you were interested to see which of these piles resonate with you the most. And I'm really excited because what inspired this was the fact that, for one, I myself am working on my own family crest, because I am doing some things behind the scenes with me and my family, with me and my two biological sons. And then in the future, I'll be doing things with my partner, whatnot. And so I was really drawn to Harry Potter for whatever reason. And actually, no, the reason why I have been drawn towards Harry Potter is because, one, I'm doing a lot of things with my inner child. My inner child has been calling out to me. And for those of y'all that don't know this, I am such a Harry Potter fan at heart. And it's one of the things that I used to indulge in when I was younger in the books. Of course, if y'all know me, I love reading. So I used to indulge into reading the books and things of that nature. And I used to love watching the movie. Oh my goodness, the movies. Oh, they were like my safe havens. And there were just so much inspiration that I drew from the series and whatnot. So anyways, yeah, so I have been also working on, like I said, my own family crest, and that's the reason why I chose these. So anyways, getting into the reading, because you guys did not come here to hear me ramble. Also, a quick disclaimer. If you are wanting the more serious part of me, then this is not going to be the reading for you. And the reason why is because I'm allowing my inner child to come out throughout this reading, because that's just what I feel called to do. And you may also be called to do the same. You may be going through your own healing journey, and your inner child may be calling out to you, asking for you to come and help him or her, or however you identify. And that is something to me that is so special. And also, I want to say this too, is that I'm going to be choosing a pile as well with you guys, which I normally don't do that because I like to reserve these readings for you. But I'm also going to be picking a pile, and then I will reveal to you guys a pile that I chose. Possibly. We'll see how I feel. I don't know. Right? Because it's sacred to me, and just as well as your readings are sacred to you. And I respect that and I honor that. We'll see how I feel. If I do reveal it, I'll let you guys know down in the comments. So yeah, just be on the lookout for that. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and stop rambling and allow you all to choose your piles now. Okay, if you chose pile number 1, then you chose Hufflepuff. I love this so much. My inner child is so excited right now. So yes, if you chose pile 1, then you chose Hufflepuff. And here is your keychain. Let me see if I can bring this up to the camera a little bit better. There you go. This is your keychain. And I'm loving this for you. It's your loyalty, right? It's the loyalty that you have. And one of the reasons why I really do appreciate Hufflepuff is because they tend, from what I feel, right? And this is, of course, this is obviously like imaginary. Like this is something that someone came up with, right? Of course, there were some truths told in the Harry Potter series, right? Like these are all different crests that represent different nations, right? So, and then you have like the one big nation, right? Which is actually Hogwarts crest, right? So Hogwarts is essentially all nations coming together, right? But each nation has their own qualities. Each nation or team, if you will, has their own qualities. They have their own traits. They have their own personalities. They have their own vibe and energy to them, right? So if you chose Hufflepuff, then that means that you chose that because that's what your energy is. You're loyal, right? You're someone who is very loyal. You're more than likely very kind, right? You're more than likely someone that can be very giving, and you're more than likely someone that has this ability to be relentlessly loyal to the things and the people that you love the most. This is also almost kind of giving me like earth vibes in a way. I want to say Taurus. Like, I'm hearing the word Taurus, and there's something so special about Hufflepuff that I think that people tend to overlook. It's like sometimes people tend to overlook the fact that you are kind. They overlook, or they may take that for granted, right? Where they see you as someone that people can try to easily manipulate, but you're not easily manipulative by a long shot. In fact, you were someone who in the past may have been manipulated before. And what I'm hearing is that you were manipulated out of loving yourself. And so to me, what this feels like is that this is definitely one of those things where you're going to have to take this journey of learning who you are over again. And also what Spirit is saying is that you're learning how to be loyal to yourself. You are learning how to love yourself in a different way. And that's so interesting because we do have here the book. Now, the book here from the Liniment deck usually indicates or signifies some type of learning, some type of adventure through books, right? So you may be reading self-help books. You may be reading poetry. You may be reading something that reminds you of the loyalty and the love that you have for other people and how it's important to give it to yourself. What I'm hearing is the word inward. It's interesting because I feel like you're someone who finds themselves immersed into these books, and I'm getting chills right now. You might be someone who finds themselves immersed into books, into reading, into writing, into things of that nature, because that's how it's not only how you learn, but it's how you show yourself that you love yourself, right? Like, I don't know why, but I'm hearing like books are my love language. Like, my love language is books. Like, if you were to take me out on a date, take me to a bookstore, because by that, what I'm understanding or what I feel is like it's like you're willing to take your time to get to know me. You're willing to, if you can read a book, that means that you can read me, because if I'm telling you that these are my types of books, then and essentially what I'm doing is I'm letting you into my head, I'm letting you into my mind, I'm letting you into my energy, and that is the reason why what I'm hearing Spirit say is that you value these types of things. But also I feel like if you can let someone in to let them know that you love to read, or that you love to learn, or that you love to, whatever your hobbies are, that's your way of letting them know that you trust them enough to be loyal. But now Spirit is saying is that I want you to take that and I want you to give it to yourself now. This is a learning journey where you are learning again how to love yourself, how to show up for yourself, how to be yourself. Like, this is definitely one of those things where Spirit is saying where you have to be authentic. The word is authentic. Make sure that no matter what you do, that you put your real touch to that, because when you do that, that is how you allow people to open you up and read you. Because what then happens is that you send out this signal to the universe when you are yourself. And I'm getting really passionate, I'm getting chills right now, because someone needs to be read, someone's book needs to be open. And what Spirit is saying is that I want you to be vulnerable enough to allow yourself to open up so that people can read you, because people need to see the truth of who you are. Too many times in your life, you have let someone else tell your story. It's time to tell your own. And it's so interesting because I'm picking up on journaling, book writing, reading, like all of those different elements. And I'm also like speaking. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you were into public speaking. And more than likely what I'm hearing is that if you chose Hufflepuff, then you're also more than likely going to be choosing Ravenclaw, more than likely. Because Ravenclaw is all about wits. Right? It's all about smarts. It's all about their intelligence. Like, that's what they're known for. And I feel like for you guys, you also, again, are known for your loyalty, but there's something about you that Spirit says, I want you now to be loyal to yourself. And that's the beauty and the power of Hufflepuff right now. Also, you have number 1 here in your charms. You have 1. If you hear a noise in the background, it's my sons. You have 1 here. This is all about initiation. It's all about things manifesting. For example, like the Magician card is number 1. It's the as above, it's the so below aspect, where all of your thoughts and what you feel, your consciousness, it's here on earth. The things that you think are here, rooted and grounded in reality. So the fact that you have this number 1 here, this to me, it's bringing me to like the aces, like the Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. It's the start. It's this divine start. This is a divine start for you to learn yourself more, right? And it's interesting because you actually do have your personal growth. And you also have experiencing loss. Somewhere down the line, you more than likely have either lost yourself or you learned through loss. You have learned through losing, through disappointment. You have learned through things that you feel were taken away from you, from confiscation, from rejection. You've learned through the loss of something, but what there is a loss, there is also awareness. When you feel that you lost something, it means that you've had some type of attachment to it. What Spirit is saying is that I want you to detach from this thing. I want you to detach from this, from these people, from these places, because these things are straying you away from the path that you know that you're meant to have. And it's through loss that you've learned. You learn and you grow through experiencing loss. Your trauma, oh my goodness, you guys, your trauma is what paved the way or what shocked you into waking up so that you can grow. Oh my goodness, you guys are so amazingly abundant with love, with experience. And no matter what, you still find a way to smile. That is so beautiful. And Spirit sees that for you. Spirit sees you. If you are someone that does not feel seen, know that your guides, they see you. Know that your ancestors, your family, like, people see you. Some people are threatened by that, but that's their business. Them being threatened by that is none of your business. You are divinely guarded, guided, and protected. And it is through your loyalty and you being loyal to life and you never giving up and you just continuing on and you loving and you smiling and you being grateful and you creating a space for other people. Spirit is saying is now it's time for us to create a space for you, as we always have. But now we're going to do that through the form of people. So open yourself up more, because that is how you grow. When you allow yourself to open up, to read yourself, to allow other people who you know are for you to read you, then you allow people to come in to help you, because these different people that are in your life are a part of your story, because they are the characters that are in your story. Allow that to come out. Allow that into your life right now, because that is how you grow. Your spirits right now, your guides right now are speaking to you through me. I'm just merely a vessel. I'm a tool, just a conduit for something that you need to hear right now. If anything, everything that I'm speaking to you, Hufflepuff, is just a reminder of something that you already knew to be true for yourself. And that is the love that Spirit gives to you right now. I am just, wow. Spirit, you have spoken so clearly. You speak so clearly all the time. And Spirit is saying to you now that if you've been seeing 11:11, if you've been seeing 12:12, if you've been seeing 3:33, no, it don't matter what it is that you've been seeing. These are what Spirit is saying. These are wake-up calls. I'm hearing it clearly, wake-up calls. These are wake-up calls to you loving yourself again in a different way. Sharing your story, storytelling, you coming out. You being the star. But first you must go through this healing. If you are someone right now that is experiencing loss, if you are experiencing some form of trauma, understand that you are meant to pull wisdom from these places. Be loyal to yourself. Be loyal to the journey, because the destination is already set. It's the journey that matters. It is the journey. Okay, Spirit, you spoke so clearly. Oh, okay, Spirit, what is this? Okay, personal growth, you guys. I love you so much. Honestly, don't you two read? Oh my God, there's no way. There's no way. Okay. Hermione Granger, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Honestly, don't you two read? Like, are you like, what are you learning? Like, you guys don't pick up books? Like, you guys don't learn? Like, you don't want to explore through the words of other people? Like what's going on here? You know, Virgo vibes. Hermione gives me Virgo vibes. Let me know down in the comments if you feel that Hermione gives you Virgo vibes. Don't play. Like, y'all know, because Virgos are, they will, I'm telling you, Virgo energy is so beautiful, right? All energy is beautiful. And no, I'm not a Virgo. I'm actually Capricorn sun. But the reason why I love Virgo energy is because they love to read. And I love to read. So, like, if I were to go out with, like, a Virgo friend, I'd be like, yeah, listen, let's go to a bookstore because we need to learn. Like, we need to be reading something. Like, let's explore. Let's have a conversation. Like, let's just have the conversation. And speaking of which, I feel like that in itself is like a message to you. Have the conversation. Have the conversation. You may be a gifted reader yourself. You may be psychic. You may be intuitive. You may be able to read people. And people sometimes may not even know how to take you. You're more, I just heard the flirty type. Some of you guys, take it as it resonates. You may be someone that will be all up in people's faces at times, but it's only when you're being social. But the reason why though is because you're learning. Like, you're just learning them. And the whole time they're thinking, oh, you know, hee hee ha ha, you know, you're just someone that they can get over on. But you're like, nope. Little do you know I'm learning you. Like, I'm reading you right now. I'm just not telling you. Oh my god. That's your dark side, or your shadow aspect, if you will. Anyways, or that's just you, right? Like, you may not feel like it's your shadow side. Hey, it may just be you, and that's cool. Anyways, so we have here, for Hermione Granger, there's almost nothing that can't be solved by consulting a book. In fact, there are many instances throughout the films where Hermione's bookishness helps her friends save the day. She even carries a huge stack of books in her enchanted bag when she, Ron, and Harry go hunting for Horcruxes. I can't remember how to pronounce that word, you guys. I'm sorry. Books play a huge part in how Hermione understands and interacts with the world. Have you ever come across a book or books that had a strong effect on your life? What were they, and how do you think they affected you so much? It's so funny because I feel like you're more than likely someone who finds itself expressing themselves through books. Like, I love that. It's how you learn. I love it. Okay, and then we have experiencing loss. Have in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Harry loses his godfather Sirius when Bellatrix Lestrange kills him during a duel in the Department of Mysteries. Devastated with grief and rage, Harry chases after Bellatrix and uses the Crusadus, I can't remember how to pronounce it, I'm sorry, curse, an unforgivable curse, to bring her down. It doesn't work because Harry doesn't really mean it. He is just reacting to his pain. Have you ever lashed out after suffering a horrible blow? What were the consequences? Did it make you feel better or worse? It's so interesting because I feel like for some of you guys, you are being asked right now to forgive yourself or to try to understand through the loss instead of reacting hastily, right? Instead of reacting or being overreactive to this loss or to what you feel has been like a violation, ask yourself, I'm feeling this, and why? What am I meant to learn from this pain? What am I meant to learn from this loss? It's almost kind of giving me like 3 of Swords vibes, but also like Judgment, and also 5 of like Cups vibes. Energy is what I'm getting, but also Ace of Swords. What divine truth am I meant to know through going through this loss, going through this grief? There is so much wisdom that can be pulled from these places, and that is what can help you, and that is what you're meant to learn on your journey now, is what Spirit is saying. On your journey of returning home to yourself, this is what you're meant to learn. What is it that you're learning about this tragedy? That is what Spirit is asking. All right, so we're going to go over. You have the, okay, so you have the Queen of Cups, and then you also have the 4 of Cups, and then you also have the 9 of Cups. This is such a watery reading, and I feel like there's something about you where for some of you guys, it's you're learning how to prioritize. I see this as a priority. I see this 4 of Cups as a priority. You prioritizing what you want, you prioritizing what you need, because you're so used to putting other people before yourself. And I also feel like with the Queen of Cups here, she needs to return. I don't know why, but I'm hearing like return to the sea. Like, I need to return to the sea. But the reason for that is because I feel like I'm not myself lately. I feel like I just need to be alone. I feel like I want to honor my alone time, but I also feel like I need right now the most to really just let Spirit know what I am needing and what I'm wanting. Right now, I really don't even know what I want. And the reason is because I'm so overwhelmed with life that there's just so many things happening. Like, why are all of these things happening? Spirit is saying, I'm hearing the word mermaid, and I'm seeing like Ariel, how when she lost her voice, what does she like? What does she want? Or she didn't even lose her voice. She gave her voice away. How are you giving your power away? Are you giving your power away in exchange for something that you felt that you really did want? Like, what are you, like, what is this, like, what is about this? Like, is this something that you've been giving away? Have you been giving away your power? Have you been giving away the number one thing that is most precious to you in exchange for love, in exchange for success, in exchange of whatever, right? This experiencing loss sometimes is you realizing that you've given something away to someone when you know that you should have kept that because you were wanting something else where you thought was where it was lacking. And Spirit is saying now is that the word is retrieve. I'm going to retrieve this, but what lesson did you learn from this? Never jeopardize who you are or what you have. Never jeopardize yourself, because if there is a lack, it means that this is something that you want to feel fulfilled. But do you truly want this, or is this simply a trauma revealing itself? Right? Is this simply a trauma revealing itself? Because evidently, if you're giving this away, then you're feeling something that is that you're not feeling fulfilled. If you're giving away something in exchange for something, it's almost kind of like you're telling the universe, I'm willing to do whatever I need to fill this void. But ask yourself, why is there a void in the first place? What was I attached to? This is one of those journeys where you're going, what Spirit is saying is for you to forgive yourself and for you to get to the roots. And I feel like you guys you want what you want. And you really just want to be happy. Like, that's it. It's that simple. And you're like, what is it going to take for me to just simply be happy? You exploring yourself. You asking yourself what you want. You asking yourself, what do you need? You asking yourself, what are you accepting? What are you not accepting? You asking yourself, why am I not mothering myself or honoring my divine feminine? Why am I not honoring the divine mother within me? Maybe your mother didn't teach you how, right? Maybe there's something going on with the mother aspect that made you feel like, for some of you guys, right? It's the mother or it's this divine feminine energy that did not teach you how to receive, right? Anyways, take a leap of faith. And then you have Spirit has a plan. And then you have purity. And then you also have expansion here. So what I feel like here is that this is a beautiful time for you now. And we're going to wrap this up because I have to go over to the other decks. This is a beautiful time for you to trust and know that there are dramatic changes happening for you, which is a very beautiful thing. But it's one of those things where you have to trust the process also and allow yourself to just simply be carried throughout this process. What I'm feeling right now is that I'm hearing the words like raging sea, and I'm seeing like a really like an unforgiving ocean. And I feel like someone is just floating, just doing their best to stay afloat amidst all the chaos. And what I feel now here is the word that I'm hearing is surrender. You're learning how to not allow yourself to be consumed by the chaos, by the pain, by whatever else that you feel is plaguing you or tearing you apart. What you're learning how to do is trust that Spirit does have a plan, but you're also learning patience. This koala is so peaceful right now in this tree. And it's saying here that I see what you don't. You may not be able to see this, but I can see this clearly. And if you knew what I knew, you'd be patient. Wow. Spirit says that if you knew what I knew, you would be patient. If you knew what I knew, you would love yourself more. If you knew what I know, you would allow yourself to learn, to immerse yourself into books and to find and to just allow yourself to learn along the way. Right? There's something the totem, I don't know why, like the object or totem is like a book or like a diary, like a secret diary with a locket on it. And I'm seeing like a heart, and that heart is like pink, and I'm also seeing like a purple one, and like the diary is like dark, and it's like dark purple and black for some of you, or it may have purple and black in it. Return to the diary is what Spirit is saying. It's like you guys wrote this down. I'm seeing June 11th, 2023. I'm hearing 1984. There's something like with the number 5 in it. I'm being brought back to like a place. There's a desk. Like there's like this desk, and it's a wooden desk. This is like back in time, and I'm seeing like a quill pen and someone opening up a diary, and I'm seeing someone write a love letter to someone, and they're writing it. She's writing it, and she's done. She's folding it towards her, and she's putting it into like this. She's putting it in this this envelope. And this envelope it's like burgundy. It's like this. She's taking wax and she's pouring it over, and she's stamping it. And it looks like a tulip. Like that looks like a tulip wax seal. And she's tucking it away. It looks like kind of like Victorian vibes is almost what I'm getting. And she's getting up and she's walking away. And then now she's gone. And then like there's like this lad or whatever you will. And he's coming in and he's reading it and he's in tears. And he's so happy. Like that's just what I'm seeing. Now, I don't know why, but that is a message or a vision for someone. Write down what you feel the most. It's something that you wrote down that you were so in love with in this moment. What were you feeling when you wrote that down in that moment? Who did you want to find it? Or did you not want anyone to see it? There's something very sacred about that moment that you can pull wisdom from that moment, and you don't have to share what you wrote with other people because that is a sacred text. But what you can do is share your experience when you went throughout that time in your life and what you learned from it. That is what Spirit is saying. The charms that you have here, you have an elephant. It's talking about memories, right? Elephant is here. You have the elephant charm. You have the number 1 that switched over to number 4. And then you also have here the star. Oh my God. Here we go. Yep, that's the star. And so with the star, and you have another star here, actually. You have a star next to that star. And you also have a butterfly what this is making me feel like, y'all, is that there's something, it could be like under like a night sky where you made like a wish, and you were wishing for something, you were hoping for something. And I feel like Spirit is asking for you to explore that thing more. What is it that is drawing you to this? Is it a part of like, is the reason why you're wanting to experience is because you lost it at one point in your life and you want it back? Like, what is it, right? That really could mean anything. So what I'm going to say this, and I'm going to leave this here where it is. I feel like there's a strong connection to you and fairies. For some of y'all, it's fairies. Like, y'all are giving me like fairy vibes for real. It's like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen like the Winx saga, I think it's called, on Netflix, but there's something about that. Like, you have a really strong fairy-like quality to you, and it's so amazing and beautiful. And it's giving me like glitter and sparkles, like glitter, sparkle, and like princess vibes, like princess and prince vibes. You may come from like a kingdom, or your lineage, you may come from kings and queens in your lineage as well. Like, that's what I'm hearing. But that's what I'm hearing. That's the reading for you guys. Thank you all so much for coming on to my YouTube channel. I really had such a beautiful time doing this reading for y'all. If y'all need anything from me, please visit me online at CassandraTurner.com. And if you wish to, you can also follow me on Instagram over at Magic of Eden, although I am paying a lot more attention to YouTube. That's where my heart is these days, and will be for a while. And if there's nothing else, I love y'all, and I will catch you in my next video. All right, if you chose pile number 2, or if you chose Ravenclaw, this is your reading. Can you guys see that? Let me turn this light on really quickly here. There we go. Okay, this is Ravenclaw. And this is your reading. All right. I'm hoping it's not too much light. I'm still learning how to get this lighting good, you guys. Let me turn this way. There we go. I'm hoping that this is okay. Anyways, so if you guys listen to number 1, woo, their reading was so powerful. I felt that energy so clear. Oh, it was so clear. Okay, anyways. So, Ravenclaw. What is going on with Ravenclaw spirit? You have the scythe here. Okay, now the scythe in itself is a tool. The tool, it's associated with Saturn, actually, and the Grim Reaper, funny enough. And the reason is because when you think about the scythe, a scythe is an object that signifies that there is a collecting that must be done. Either something needs to be cut out and or something needs to be harvested, but it's time for it. And the reason why the scythe is associated with Saturn is because when you think about Saturn, Saturn being Kronos, being the father of time, right? And so when you think about the scythe, you usually use it during harvesting. So you go based upon what the sun is telling you, or you go based upon the season. So the season of harvest is what the scythe represents, but also the reason why it's associated with the Grim Reaper is because it's one of those things where the Grim Reaper comes to collect the soul, right? To go on, to move through to go through this next transition. So what this tells me is that for those of you that chose Ravenclaw, your mind here is expanding. Your wits are expanding, but there's something with dealing with swords and like sharp objects that you are being drawn to, but the reason is because there's something that needs to be cut out. There's something that needs to be let go of, but there's also something that Spirit is saying that I've come to collect. Like, I've come to collect this from you. It's time. You may be working with Saturn. This is something that you've been working through your whole life, more than likely. Like, for some of you guys, it's something that you've been considering. Like, it's something that you've been considering. There's something that must be cut away because there's something that is to be reaped. When you cut this out, Spirit is saying don't think of it as a loss. Think of it as you cutting something out for there to be a gain somehow. And when you transition into this next stage of life, understand that this is another opportunity for growth, but you will be growing. But if you cut this out, this habit, this thoughts, these people, this whatever, if you cut that aspect out, something will grow. I'm hearing new growth. It's almost kind of like when you cut your nails. You're someone that probably cut your nails a lot, or you're someone that probably your nails grow really fast. Like, that's what I'm hearing. Like, your nails grow really quickly. You have to cut them frequently, but every time you cut them, it's like it keeps growing back. And I'm also hearing something about weeds. You might want to get into that garden if you have one, to get the weeds out, and also keep the weeds that you can use for medicine. Okay, let nothing go to waste. And that's something else. What is it that you feel like you're cutting that can be used, right? Use every part of it. You may be from, I just heard Seminole, like a Seminole tribe, or you may be like an indigenous person or an aboriginal person, if you will, and your ancestors are saying, we let nothing go to waste. Why do you let this go to waste? Use those. There's something that you can leverage this, or you can use this. Let nothing go to waste. Do not let your mind go to waste. For when you let this food or this clothing or this whatever go to waste, you're wasting your creativity, because what can you use this for next? Like, there's something about you that drove you to Ravenclaw, because you're very spiritual, you're very creative, and you're very witty, you're very intelligent. It's almost kind of giving me, this is giving me like Raven, or like, obviously Ravensclaw, but it's almost giving me like, it's giving me like Mercury vibes, like Mercury and Saturn. Like, there's something very specific about Mercury and Saturn. There may be, like, in your chart, Mercury may be squaring off with Saturn, or you may have a Mercury-Saturn conjunct, or Mercury and Saturn may be in very prominent places in your chart. Maybe they may be in one of your personal houses, if you will. Like, Saturn is probably in your 4th or something like that, or maybe your 6th house. I mean, name it, whatever it is, right? There's something very specific about Saturn and Mercury. It's so interesting. But also, there's something about magic and working it for good. If you're connecting to the Ravensclaw, you're probably seeing crows or ravens, if you will. And these animal totems are there, but the reason is because they are very smart. The raven is one of the most, or the crow is one of the most intelligent species on the planets. They are so smart. Like, you will give them things, and then they will go out. You will give them things, and then they will give you what you need in return. Like, if you give them food or whatever, they will go out into the wild, and then they will give you things. And the more food you give them, when they give that thing to you, they will continue to give you that thing, because they're making an exchange. That is how powerfully smart these birds are. And if they give you something that you don't like, give them less, they'll find something else, but they will remember. There's something about a memory. I remember what you did, and you're not going to get away with that because I remember. And I'm hearing like the word enemy. Spirit is cutting away your enemies right now. So if you find yourself in a space where you're no longer around certain people, or people are falling out of your life, or you're getting like really bad vibes like around, certain friend groups, I'm hearing like the word brother, or like sister, or someone who was like a brother or like a sister, or I'm hearing the word cousin, or like these people seem to have been very close to you. What I'm hearing is that if you get a bad vibe, Spirit is asking you to cut it out. There's something that will be gained from that. Think of it as like an energy clearing. You're clearing the energy out so that it can make room for the newness, for the good vibes to come in. Does that make sense? That's the vibe I'm getting. Anyways, you have resistance here. What is it that you are resisting that needs to be? That's so funny, because look, with resistance, you also have what looks like a sword. I love this. Oh my goodness. That's so amazing. Okay, we have Dobby has no master. Dobby is a free elf, and Dobby has come to save Harry Potter and his friends. Dobby, Harry Potter, and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Dobby is a house elf in service to the Malfoy family. Despite the horrible consequences, Dobby leaves Malfoy Manor multiple times throughout Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets to warn Harry against danger at Hogwarts. Later in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, Dobby once again risks it all to help Harry, returning to the home of his former masters and ultimately giving his life to save his friends. Dobby is kind and brave, a true hero who resists the traditional enslavement of his species and fights for his freedom and his friends. What can you do today to honor the spirit of Dobby? The funny thing about that is that this resistance here, I'm getting chills with this. And the reason I feel that way is because I'm hearing risk it all. If anything, what I'm doing here is I'm going to resist, or I'm going to reject anything that I know that is not true for me. And I'm only going to allow what is truth. I'm going to stand up for the truth. That is what it is. The reason why you are drawn to Ravenclaw is because you are someone, you are a truth bearer. You are a light bearer. You bring the truth. And there may be people that may resist that, but it is what it is. The funny thing is that I heard enemy. The enemies that you would have, or that you would believe that you have, are people who want what you have. They are people who see the brilliance within you. They are people who see your intelligence. They see your wits. They see you and wish that they had the capabilities that you do, which is why they try to overpower you, which is why they try to make claim over you. I don't know why, but I'm hearing like make claim of your estate. Take that estate back. Funny that we're talking about estates, because we're talking about here, like these are crests, right? These are crests for nations. So when you think about that, it's this thing where it's like, I know what the truth is. I'm going to stick to that. But there are going to be forces out there that are going to try to take from you. They're going to try to stop your truth. They cannot stop what's coming. And that's why they keep coming at you. That's why they're going harder, because they want so badly to have what is yours. They know that it is yours, whether it be a friend, whether it be a cousin, whether it be, a different family member, whether it be, whoever it is, insert here. They want what you have, and they want it, and they want all of it. I'm almost picking up on like sinister vibes. I don't know if you've ever seen Insidious. Forgive me, but I'm picking up on like Insidious vibes, right? Where they wanted Dalton's body, right? They want what was his because they craved life again, right? Like these are leeches we're talking about. You want to cut that out, but remember and be reassured that no matter what, when you cut this energy out, Ravenclaw, there's something that will be gained. There was something that will grow better, that will be better, that will be enhanced. Allow it. Cut it out. Okay, you have here. Okay, and of course. You have here the Seven of Wands. You have the Star here. You have, look at that, Gemini energy. And you have the Lovers here. And you also have the King of Pentacles. What this is giving me is that there, again, resistance. Stop it. How in alignment was that? Resistance. Look at that. You have the Seven of Swords. Spirit spoke so clear. Oh my God. Yes. These readings are so lit. Okay, so what this makes me feel is that no matter what you choose, always choose the truth. You continuing to choose the truth no matter what adversity, no matter who comes into your life trying to take. This is divine protection. You're willing to protect yourself, your family, the ones that you love. But if anything, Spirit is saying that I want you to defend the truth above all else. And then that is when you'll see a turnaround. What I'm feeling is that you guys may have been having money issues. Stick to the truth and be true and know the power that you hold. And know that you are here with good intentions. Keep your intentions good, keep your intentions pure, and you will always reap the benefits of all of that. Spirit is saying is that I don't want you to fight or force anything. If anything, what I want you to do is move when I tell you to move. Listen to the signs. You've been getting them. You've been getting them through birds. You may have been seeing the crow recently or even the raven. It's so interesting that I'm saying that because I feel like these are omens. These are animal messages. Like these messages that they're giving you. If you think about a raven's claw, right? Or like an eagle's claw, like a bird's claw, right? Birds of prey. Their claws are so sharp and they can kill with just a single stab, right? I don't know why I'm saying this, but this is bringing me to precision. It's bringing me to like an arrow, and it's bringing me to, what is this? Archery. Like archery's coming through. You'd never miss. And it's this Virgo energy that you have, whether it's a Virgo moon, a Virgo Mars, or Virgo Mercury, or Virgo rising, Virgo sun. There's something about Virgo energy that comes through, but also Gemini vibes. Geminis are so underestimated for their ability to predict things and for their ability to be intuitive and for their ability to make decisions. And I feel that the difference between Gemini and Virgo is the fact that Gemini takes a more creative, lighthearted approach. It almost brings me to like this fox vibes, like fox, like how they're so cunning and smart and witty, like animals that are very smart and witty that indicate air or Mercurian energy are more than likely your animal totems, and or you're coming here to learn how to embody those traits, but in a very grounded, real, and responsible approach. That's the reason why Saturn has been kicking your ass recently. Saturn has been kicking y'all ass for some of y'all. And I'm not laughing at you. I'm just like, yo, I know the I see your pain and I get it. I get it. But the number one thing that Saturn wants to teach you, to be honest, Saturn is teaching you how to be self-reliant, how to be responsible with your money, how to be responsible with your resources. It's funny that I'm saying that because this card here, this reminds me of Taurus, right? But at the same time, this King of Pentacles in reverse here, he's learning how to become the king again. You may have been on top of the world at one point, but now Spirit is saying is that I want you to start really thinking about your decisions. What decisions were you making when you had money? What decisions were you making when you had this thing? Who did you have around you? That's the lesson you're learning. And I've got this feeling, you guys, wealth is coming once you start to change your decisions, and once you start to apply your creativity in a practical way, and that's how you shine. That is how you shine. This here, you are protected from this. You are protected from this, right? And also, Spirit has seen that you are unforgiving in your ability. You are relentless, meticulously keeping going. And I love that for you. I love that. But Spirit says, I don't want you to fight or force, because when you do that, you push the blessings away. Right? Okay, so you have stop it. You have White Raven Spirit. Trust in the magic. Listen, honey. Listen, okay. And then we have Armadillo Spirit. Set healthy boundaries. I love that. Talking about Saturn. Talk about Saturn. And then you also have growth. Stop it. Oh my God. And then you also have transformation. You guys, let me turn this light up real quick, or I promise you that's my chair. It creaks and it's annoying. It's really annoying. But anyways, so yes, let me show you guys those cards again. Okay, so we have again White Raven Spirit, Armadillo, set healthy boundaries. We also have growth here, and we also have transformation. I feel like the message for you, and I know that it's not a long one, but just take it as it resonates. It's okay, you guys. It's okay. So I'm hearing that this Armadillo here, set healthy boundaries. This is also you setting a boundary with yourself, and a boundary with anyone that makes you feel less than, or makes you feel like that makes you kind of jeopardize who you know you are. Anyone who makes you jeopardize yourself, your authentic self, you need to set a boundary with them. If they show If they show any type of behavior where they're not appreciating loving you, where they're not appreciating you for who you are, but at the same time, Spirit is also getting on you as well about you being authentic. Like, there is something about you being authentic that Spirit wants you to do, but also Spirit is telling me that the next phase of your life, what you're going through now, is meant to shape you, to mold you. Like, it's almost kind of like a molding. Like, it's like pottery. Like, you know how when you spin it, like really, really, like it spins really fast, and then like your hands, they just kind of form out the shape of this vase or this cup or this bowl. I don't know why, but I see like hands, but you're the one being molded. Like, you are the pots, you are the clay that is being molded now, right? And it's eventually you're going to solidify into this beautiful masterpiece. Take that as it resonates, but that is what I'm seeing for you. Right now, you're being molded. Like, Spirit is molding you because of the intentions you set. Okay? I am loving this for you because it makes me almost kind of feel, I don't know why, but I'm hearing like a halo. You are definitely an angelic type of being. Like, I'm hearing like your ancestry. You come from like an ancestry line of angels, or your family may have, or you may come from a family of like witches, or you may have come from a family of like magic. Like, magic will be in your bloodline. You may be with someone who is also magical, or you may be drawn to like magical things, or you may be with a witch or a wizard. By the way, a witch is neither male nor female. It's just a healer, right? Who uses herbs and the knowledge of the universe and whatnot in a practical way to help to bring healing and things of that nature. You may be with a witch, you may be a witch yourself. What I'm hearing is that I'm hearing like the word sorcery, and I'm also hearing wizardry. Like, it's so obvious. That's so funny. Wizardry. It's not obvious, but it's so funny that we're talking about wizardry because Harry Potter. Get it? Anyways. Okay, so basically, right, we have, like I said, growth. I feel growing pains. I feel like the things that you're going through right now, that you're growing through, you're experiencing growing pains. Where you feel like there's like this uphill battle. Funny that we're talking about an uphill battle, because that's what the Seven of Wands is bringing me to. It's like this uphill battle where you feel like, are things even changing? Is what I'm doing even enough? Yes, what you're doing absolutely is enough. In fact, these growing pains of you feeling like nothing is good enough, or that you're not good enough, that means that you're actually growing. You're coming out of that mindset. And I feel like that is so beautiful. Now, you have a lot of crosses here. You may have been doing something where you may have been seeing like a lot of crosses, or the cross may be subconsciously coming to you. I'm hearing like the word saint, and I'm hearing the word Saint Augustine. Look up Saint Augustine. I don't know why that name is coming through for you. Just take it as it resonates. You may resonate very strongly with archangels and angels and whatnot. Also, there's something about the cross where you keep the faith. Does that make sense? But it's not about faith. It's about a divine knowing. You knowing this to be true for yourself. Set a boundary so that for whoever comes in trying to take from you or destroy you, ends up ultimately destroying themselves. That is how divinely protected you are. Also, if you've been seeing the numbers 444 recently, or 44, here you go. Let me see that. I'm sorry, you guys. This lighting is terrible. But anyways, yeah, 44 here. And you also have the number 3. So 44, there's an 8. And also there's an infinity sign here as well. Something's coming back around to you. Your wealth is coming back. 66 points to 12, that points to 3. You have 33 here. 333 actually. 333. And so your power numbers are 3s and 8s. Reason being, it's so funny that this infinity sign here is actually in the it's in the position of an 8. And the reason for that is because that's Saturn. There's something that you're reaping what you sow, or like you've reaped what you've sown, and now it's time for you to sow something better so that you can reap better. Does that make sense? Get the bad juju off of you, take a spiritual bath, and make this a fresh start. Set your intentions during that full moon we have coming up. Is it in Leo? I can't remember. But I'll have to check the astrological transits. Anyways, Ravenclaw, I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in to this beautiful message. I want to invite for you to visit me online at CassandraTurner.com. If you need anything else from me, visit me over on Magic of Eden on Instagram. And I know that this reading is ending abruptly, but I gotta go. So I love you so much, Ravenclaw. I hope that this reading resonated. Let me know down in the comments if it did. Leave me a beautiful comment. I'm counting on that, because when you do that, you let YouTube know that you want to see more of my readings. I hope that you do, because I really want to get into the algorithm. Anyways, I love you, and I'll catch you in my next video. All right, if you guys chose Slytherin for your reading, here is your keychain. And forgive me for the lighting. I'm doing the best that I can to get better at it, but this is Slytherin. All right. Now, what message does Spirit have for you today? What I'm hearing is that some of you guys are afraid of being seen. You're meant to do great things in life, and there is this fear of being seen. This fear of rejection. This fear of, it's like a dark secret that you have, like a dark secret. It's one of those things where you feel like you are meant for so much, but you're afraid. You're afraid of the truth about you being, like the truth about you being revealed, but the truth that you believe that is the unfavorable aspect is actually one of your greatest qualities that the world needs to see. And you may look down on yourself. You may be someone that struggled a lot with self-esteem issues. You may be someone that struggled a lot with making an appearance, or you feel very meticulous about your appearance. You may be someone that just is always trying to improve or perfect how they look so that their gifts can be received better. But Spirit is asking you, what if just your gift is enough? Like, what if you just simply showing up and sharing what you can do is enough? Like, what if what you do your service to others? Like, what if your service to others is what really shapes how people believe that you look or that you are? Like, what if that's what it is? I feel like for some of you, it's like you're wanting to, there's something deep within you, a calling, and you are so intense. Like, you have a really intense vibe to you. And you also learn a lot through experience, and not just through the books that you read, but you experience a lot of life. You experienced a lot in life. In fact, I feel like you pull wisdom from the shadows, you pull wisdom from the void, you pull wisdom directly from the universe, directly from the stars, you pull wisdom from these darker places. And I feel like you've been in places that where no one else around you has been. And I feel like that is what makes you strong, because you see the truth in the darkness. You see darkness for what it really is. And there's this light that wants to shine on you, but for whatever reason, I'm hearing, it's like, you know how when a vampire is in like the sunlight and then they start to like melt, or not melt, but they, you know, they catch on fire or something like that. I know these metaphors are coming through like crazy, and there are some really, you know, gory metaphors, but that's what I'm getting. It's almost kind of like this vampire vibe where you're just like, I don't want the light to touch me. Like, but in this way, what Spirit is saying is that you're not a vampire. What Spirit is saying is that you're not wanting to be seen because you feel more protected and safe behind the scenes in the shadows. But Spirit is wanting you to step out. And Spirit wants you to show up. And Spirit wants you to share your story. And Spirit wants you to bring wisdom to the world. Like, this is a world, this pile, if you chose this pile, then chances are is that, again, you are meant to do so many great things in the world. You just have to trust and know that you are meant to do that. Also, Spirit is saying to show yourself grace. You did, something happened to you in your past where you ended up being publicly humiliated. Like, this is bringing me like public humiliation vibes, or someone did something to you in front of like a group of people and it scarred you, and since then you didn't want to step out in the public anymore, or you didn't want to step out. And I'm saying this, you guys, because you actually have this card here, which is the public card. It's a park, but this is like public appearances. I think that you guys are afraid of being seen because you don't want to be judged. You don't want to feel the pressure of people judging you, wanting you to be perfect, having expectations, or comparing you to other people. Spirit says don't lose your gift, or don't jeopardize the gift that you have out of fear that you won't be accepted. There are people around you who accept you for who you are. Believe that and know that. But the number one thing that you're going to have to do is face your fears. Slytherin, face your fears. There's so much darkness that is around you, but you're meant to pull from that. Spirit wants to lift you out of this space because you don't have to stay there. You don't have to live there. You've been there for a long time now. And this darkness, this shadow aspect looks like you losing people transitioning, people passing away, your friends not being here for you in the way that you would have wanted them to. You have experienced so much loss in your life, but Spirit is saying that what was once lost shall be regained. You are loved in so many ways. Change is inevitable for you. Trust in your magic, Slytherins. Trust in your ability. Trust in your ambition. You are so ambitious, and Spirit says to have pride in your creations. Slytherin is known for their pride and their ambition. Oh, they are so ambitious. But at the same time, Spirit says that I'm hearing like the word arrogant. This is not going to resonate with everybody. This is probably only going to resonate for a very few people. But Spirit says that your shadow side is probably arrogance. And you keep it to yourself. But Spirit says check that. There's a need for humility. Or if it's not you, someone around you may be arrogant and they're showing you how not to be. There's something around the word arrogance. Wow, wow, oh my God. What I just heard Spirit say was don't be so arrogant to believe that you're not enough. That is like, wow, Spirit, I don't even know, like, how do you want me to interpret that? Okay, Spirit is going to speak through me, okay? Don't be so arrogant to believe that you're not good enough. And the reason why Spirit is saying this is because how dare you think so little of yourself? Like, who are you to say that you're not this amazing being. Like, who are you to say that? Like, you're calling shots and you're just so sure of yourself, aren't you? Like, that's what it is. It's like you're so sure of yourself that you're not sure of yourself. Wow, I've never heard Spirit say it this way. Like, this is so interesting. Don't be so arrogant to where you know for sure that you're not good enough. That is like the complete like opposite. I've never, it's like trying to mix like oil and water, but it works. Like, it's so interesting. Or like coffee and liquor. Like, that's so wild. Like, you would never think that these mix, but they mix and they work. And some of you, and it's so interesting because Spirit is saying for you to watch how you're speaking to yourself. Because some of you will say things like, you know what, I can't do that. Like, who am I kidding? I cannot do that. Like, oh well, like, I can't do that. I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not this enough. And you say it with such conviction and you're so sure of it. Like, and that's the reason why Spirit is saying it. It's like, you're so sure of it. You're so sure that you can't do this, but little do you know you can. Have more humility when it comes to you approaching your gifts and your talents. You have it. You have it, and you will be seen amongst the masses. It is a dream of yours. You will see that. But before you can see that, you have to see it within yourself first. You have to peer into the darkness. You have to face your fears. You have to face your fears. That is the only way. That is the only way through, is to face those fears. Stage fright. You will overcome that. You have to do it. You have to know yourself and trust. Okay, but you know happiness can be found in even the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. Oh my God. Spirit, thank you. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. These messages are so clear. They are so clear. And then we have Professor Dumbledore, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. What brings you happiness when you are experiencing your darkest moments? What is the number one thing that makes you the happiest when you feel like you aren't good enough? When you feel that you're hitting rock bottom? What is the one thing that brings you the most joy? What is that one thing? It could be an object. It can be a song. It can be a doing, an act. It could be a working. What is it that brings you the most joy? And Spirit says return to that very thing. In fact, this is so divine because what made me want to do this reading and choose these items for you guys, well, not choose them, but what made me want to choose these decks for you and like the keychains and things like that is because this is something that brought me joy as a child, and that is so divine. Return to the very thing that you once loved before and pick it back up again, because there is so much wisdom to be drawn from these places. What were you going through in your life when you were gravitating towards these things? What was calling to you through these things? What was happening around you? Who was around you? What were you eating? What were you wearing? If you can remember that, what smells can you remember? And Spirit says to remember, to use your intuition, because your mind can make things up at times. Use your intuition. There was a moment. And these memories, sometimes the smell of something sparks a memory. The sight of something sparks a memory. You're living in a dream. These are memories that you're having. Spirit, oh my goodness. Battling our fears. Battling our fears. You will face your fears and you will be seen in this world. Mark my words. I want you to come back to this reading and say, Cass, I did it. Cass, I did it. I faced my fears. I don't care what the fear is. I want you to come back to this reading for Slytherin, and I want you to comment, Cass, I faced my fears. Drop a heart. Drop your favorite emoji. It could be a wand. I'm hearing like something about a wand. Funny enough that I have a wand here. There's a wand present. That's so funny. What does that wand mean to you? How are you directing your energy? Change is good and change is inevitable for you. What needs to change is how you approach your fears. Instead of being consumed by them, you face them and you understand them. They are a part of your subconscious. Rewire your subconscious here. Battling our fears. Wow, Spirit, you are just so amazing. My goodness. Oh my God, I love that. You have the world here. Now, the funny thing is that I had to put some cards back for you and they were swords. And if you've been seeing like the 8 of Swords, the 10 of Swords popping up in your readings recently, it's because your fears are being shown to you like they're being thrown in your face right now. It feels like it's coming in like a wrecking ball. They're coming in almost kind of like a shark. Like, it's like the shark energy. That, how, you know how sharks hunt from below? And you'll see them and they'll make themselves known, but then it's like they go away and it's like, okay, cool. Like, they think I'm gone. But the next thing you know, they come and they come from below. It's like this feeling, this anxiety you feel. Like, maybe you've been feeling anxiety recently. Maybe you've been feeling surrounded and submerged in this void where you can't, where you have no control. Spirit is asking for you to surrender to that. I'm going to pull a few more cards here. Spirit is asking for you to surrender. There's nothing. It's what Spirit is saying is that it's truly all in your head. At this point, it is in your head. And the reason why is because the things that happened to you before are no more. You have the Five of Wands, the Queen of Wands. And you have the Sun card. Oh my goodness. Okay. These all came out like so fast. Did y'all see that? Like, they just flew. Okay. Yeah. Ace of Cups. Oh my god, that's so beautiful, you guys. Okay, so you have the Temperance card, the Six of Pentacles. You have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. You have the... I'm sorry, not the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Wands in reverse. You have the World card. You have the Queen of Wands. You have the Five of Wands. You have the Sun card here. You have the Ace of Cups. You have the Empress. You have the Nine of Pentacles. And you also have here the Five of Pentacles. I don't know why, but this is making me feel deeply, you guys, like what needs to change is the love you give yourself and how you show up and how you receive love. It is time for you guys to start thinking in a more positive way. You guys some of you tend to think so negatively of yourself, and it's because of how much you love people and because you are so, like, how people see you matters. But that's exactly what creates the imbalance. The imbalance here is that you're giving your energy away a lot. Spirit says to take that energy back. Bring the energy back into yourself. Love yourself more. If you feel that you are lost in this time right now, what Spirit is saying now to you is that there's something that I want you to stop fighting against. I want you to stop fighting against yourself. You are so powerful and influential, and you will be this. This is the energy, part of the energy that you will embody in the future, or you're being asked to embody now. This is how what Spirit is saying is that you will be seen in the public eye. This is how you will be seen in the public eye. As a Queen of Wands, as an Empress, as somebody important. But I want you to tune into your body. I want you to feed yourself nourishing foods. Cater to your womb space. Cater to the stomach, the gut region. And also eat foods that allow you to think more clearly. Spirit wants you to eat foods that that are more clear, that help you, that promote clarity. I'm feeling, you guys, like for y'all, you're meant to face your fears. And Spirit is saying is that your future ahead is so bright. Your future is so bright. I just want you to stop fighting against it. There is no competition. Why? Because you're not competing with anybody. There's no need to compete. There's no need to compare. There's no need to compete or compare. Some of people silently compete with you. They don't even tell you. They don't tell you. Like, they be watching you and they feel, how can I do better? How can I do this better than her? How can I do this reading better than her? How can I make this oil better than her? How can I make this bracelet better than her? How can I make a better video? Like, insert whatever you're doing here, right? But how can I do this better? But what they're not realizing is that you went through so much in your life. That's what made you do it better. It's not even like you're trying to compete with them. At one point in your life, what Spirit is saying is that you were trying to learn. Now it's time for you to do it on your own. Like, you can do this on your own. If you hear a door close, my 3-year-old, he's coming in and out right now. I guess he wants to see what mommy's doing. But Spirit is saying is that now, oh my goodness, speaking of children, right? Spirit is saying that your time to teach is coming. So you may want to learn as much as you can. Your time to teach is coming. But you're going to teach in the most unique way. You guys have to be for some of you, what Spirit is saying is that I want you to be more in tune with your power. You draw wisdom from these spaces, but the reason why is because of what you were chosen to do. This is your path. The path is not going anywhere, right? Like the destination is not going anywhere. I don't know why I've been on that recently. Like I've been sitting with that because it defies like what I believe, but even my own beliefs are changing. Your beliefs about the world, about yourself, about people are changing. But the reason why they are changing is because you're evolving, you're expanding. And with growth and expansion comes you changing the way that you view things. And it's okay. Facing your fears. Spirit says that you don't have to fear living in luxury. You don't have to fear having nice things. You don't have to fear living this way. You are enough all by yourself. You are enough. You are enough. It's okay that you want and you like nice things. It's okay that you want to live comfortably. It's okay that you want to be seen as beautiful. It's okay that you want to be someone important, someone of importance. It is okay because that is what you're here to experience. These are your desires. What is something that you keep denying yourself, that you should be indulging in, that you should be giving to yourself, that you should be prepping for? There's nothing wrong with you having those desires because your desires are a direct reflection of what the universe wants to experience, but who better to experience it through than through you? That is why you have these desires. Face your fears, my love. Face your fears. You are being held in the warmest of ways right now, and I love that for you guys. Okay. Well, Spirit, trust in the great mystery. Oh my God, you guys, I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. Okay, so you have whale, trust in the great mystery. We have the panther spirit. Oh my God. Reclaim your power. You are a very powerful group. You are so powerful and you sleep on your power. Like, listen, you trust and know in your magic. You want to know something so interesting? I was having a conversation with my partner the other day. And I was telling him, I was like, oh my God, what if the key to us breaking the curse is by reclaiming our power? Like, what if that is a breaking of the curse? Like, someone may have felt cursed. Someone may have felt limited. Someone may have felt like their energy, like someone may, in a sense, felt like they were limited to what they can do, their mindset, right? But then what ends up happening is they tap into their power and then the curse is lifted. Oh my God, that is just so wild. You breaking the curse looks like you reclaiming and trusting in your magic. That is what it is. Reclaim your power. You are so powerful. You were born powerful. That's why you struggled so much. You struggled in not believing yourself. This panther spirit is sitting so quietly. However, this could be a panther or it could be a jaguar. For some of us, or for some people, it's a jaguar. For some of you, it definitely is a panther. You are fierce. So navigate the darkness with precision. You draw wisdom and power from these darker forces because you know that the dark is not evil. It is the minds of humans that is twisted or jeopardized. It is never the darkness. It's not. The darkness is not an evil place because the darkness is where all things exist. It is a womb space. This is the universe we're talking about. This is the void. This panther that we see here, this is us peering through the mother void of all creation in which all things exist. You have a direct link to that. Use your power for good. Use your power for good. You are powerful. You are magical. You are mystical. You are wise. An intergalactic mother, an intergalactic father, an intergalactic elder. Elderhood calls you. You will be an elder and you will be a powerful one and you will teach your students. They will come to you for learning. Slytherin, Professor Snape. It's so funny that he's coming through right now. People thought of him as being just, intense and snappy and just an unfavorable vibe, but he was loved. He was so much love. He had so much love. And it was covered in this darkness essence. But in spite of it all, he loved so much. But the very thing that he loved the most was taken away from him. And he carried that with him throughout his life. But no matter what, he stayed true. And even though he may not have said the truth out loud in front of people, he knew deep within his heart that he loved someone and he kept that love going. Spirit says to you now that I want you to take it a step further. I want you to reveal the love. I want you to shine the light on that. I want you to let the light be radiating from you. I want you to radiate the light in this world. I'm getting chills in my head again. You guys radiate love in the world and you will be seen. That is what it is for you. Let the love radiate. Show people, show the world that darkness is wisdom, that there is wisdom in the dark, and you pull from that and the light reveals it. Oh my God, you guys, I love you so much. And then, oh my God, miracles are here. And then you have transmutation phoenix. How divine is that? And you have family, and then you have protection. And then on top of that, you also have your charm, so you have the key. The key to what's going on in your life right now is for you to embrace the change. That's what the key is. The key, you may have had a dream of a key. And that key, you unlocked the door in this dream. What's unlocking for you, what you're stepping into, what's being revealed is your power. That's what it is. And you're stepping more into that. You're entering into the light. You're entering into the light phases of your life right now. You are entering into the light phase. You are sharing what you've learned while in the darkness. Wow, that's the idea for a book for some of you guys. If you guys are looking to write a book or looking to share, do storytelling, what Spirit is saying is, I want you to share what you have learned while in the dark and transmute it into light for other people to love and to cherish for themselves, so that they can know that they are never alone, so that when they feel lost, there is something within them that awakens, that they become awakened and illuminated, and they feel love, they feel joy, they feel play, they feel alive. That is what you're meant to share with this world. You are here to transmute that energy, transmute the pain and the trauma into something beautiful, into something amazing, so that the world can carry it long after you are gone. And that will be your greatest legacy. You are creating a cosmic family. You are protected. That is what you're meant to do. Face your fears, and you will see. And you will see that it will all be worth it in the end. The key is in trusting yourself and trusting your power and trusting your magic. That is the change. You may have been drawn to pentacles recently, and you also have here a butterfly. I cannot make this up. I cannot make this up, you guys. Butterfly vibes. I don't know if you can see that, but butterfly is here. And the number 5 on the dice, on the die. I know you saw that clearly. You have several keys here. And you also have a tree. You're building community. Pile number 3, you're building community. And that's what, I love this for you so much. And then you have the sun. And you have the sun again here on this charm. And you have the sun here. Success will come from you sharing your story, sharing what you learned while being in the dark. Spoken words of the darkness. Spoken words. You have 2 trees here. You're building community. A strong community of people. I'm hearing millions for some of you. Life is a gift. You are sharing your life story, and that in itself is a gift. Write that story, write that book, and watch how the world shakes. Watch how much the world loves and appreciates you even more. I love you all. For those of y'all that chose pile number 3, thank you so much for tuning into this reading with me. If y'all need anything from me, please feel free to visit me online on CassandraTurner.com. If you guys wish to, also follow along with me on Instagram over at Magic of Eden. I'm always looking to vibe with y'all. Also, last thing here, you're ready to enter into that next chapter in your life with the World card here. I love that for you. And if there's nothing else, I love you all. And I'll catch you in my next video. Alright, if you chose pile number 4 and or Gryffindor, this is your reading. And I'm excited. This is the last pile. I'm super excited for y'all. And I enjoyed doing this reading. Like, really, I really did. Anyways, okay. You have Gryffindor. You have Gryffindor. You guys are so creative. You guys are so creative. You guys are very grounded. You always choose good. You always choose what is good. And I love that for you. May you always choose what is... the best and what is in alignment with you. Also, if you guys hear anything in the background, those are my kids. I hope that it's okay. I'm sorry that it's happening during your reading where they're getting the most loud. But I hope that nonetheless that you still get what you need out of this reading. What are you committing yourself to? What are you committing yourself to? What was it that you... What is it that you guys are learning how... What are you marrying? Who are you marrying? What are you agreeing to? I don't know why I'm hearing that question. Like, what are you agreeing to? What happened? Like, did you lose someone? What did you learn when you lost this? Or what did you learn by attaching or agreeing? There's something that you're marrying, or there's something that you are wanting, you're looking to level up. Like, you're looking to make this connection. I don't know why, but I immediately just want to pull your cards. In all honesty. You have 3. You have identity, you have flights of fancy, and you also have experiencing loss. We're going to flip over experiencing loss. The second brother journeyed to his home where he took the stone and turned it thrice in hand. To his delight, the girl he'd once hoped to marry before her ultimately death appeared before him. Yet soon she turned sad and cold, for she did not belong in the mortal world. Hermione Granger, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. That's so interesting because you have a ring here. And then you also have a ring here, and then it's like a loss. The loss of something you love the most. Oh my goodness. Okay. The Tale of the Three Brothers from the Tales of Brittle and Bard, a book bequeathed to Hermione Granger by Dumbledore, reminds us that about the importance of letting go of those we've lost. Do something small to honor the memory of a person you've lost. Place flowers on a memorial or cook a favorite dish. Light a candle for them. The important thing is to celebrate their life instead of focusing on the pain of their death. That's so interesting because Spirit is saying to you now that whether this be a person, whether it be a thing, whether it be whatever it may be, honor what it once was. Honor the memory. Honor what it meant to you. But don't allow that to stop you from moving on. That is so powerful. That is a message all in itself. Because you are learning how to move throughout life again without this thing. Appreciate, love it for what it was. Honor it. Make an altar for it. Always honor it in the spiritual world. Honor the memory, because that memory goes into the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records really is just this mental plane in which all thoughts, everything exists, right? Because... And I know that we're used to depicting it as like a book or a scroll, but the reason is because books or scrolls usually house and hold lots of sacred texts and sacred information. The sacred text or information, what it is, or these sacred thoughts are basically just thoughts of everything that ever existed. So obviously I don't know why I'm hearing like the word grimoire. The word grimoire is coming through. But anyways, so, or yes, like even like a grimoire. Think of it as like this ancient grimoire. Or not even like an ancient grimoire, because grimoires are very instructional. But when it comes to like the Akashic Records, everything exists in the Akashic Records, from instructions to everything. There, it's a mental plane, right? And so the memories of the things and the people that have come to pass exist now in the Akashic Records, and you can tap into that at any moment. You can tap into it at any moment, but don't allow that to be what anchors you. Instead, allow it to be freeing. Think of this memory of this thing as something that is so beautiful that you treasure it and you learn a lesson from that, so you will never receive anything less than what it brought to you. This could be the passing of a loved one, a passing of a partner, a passing of a significant other of some sorts, and you learned a lot through that. If you chose Pals number 2 through 3. If you chose Ravenclaw, or if you chose Slytherin, they may be drawn to Pal number 3 as well. Because you're learning from the thing, you're learning what that thing or what that person taught you. Does that make sense? Flights of Fancy. We have here the Tri-Wizard Tournament is a magical competition in which 3 wizarding schools, Hogwarts, Durmstrang Institute, and Beauxbatons, I can't remember how to pronounce it either, Academy of Magic compete to win the Triwizard Cup. A champion is chosen from each school by the Goblet of Fire, and that champion competes in 3 extremely difficult, highly dangerous tasks. The winner earns a Triwizard Cup, honor for their school, and most importantly, eternal glory, in the words of Professor Dumbledore. In Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Harry becomes the accidental 4th champion in the tournament. Unlike many of the other students at the 3 schools, Harry does not desire eternal glory, but he is forced against his will to compete in the tournament anyway. Would you volunteer to be a champion in the Triwizard Tournament? Why or why not? Flights of Fancy. This is bringing me to the very thing that it's something that you didn't ask for. You didn't ask for this thing to happen to you, yet it's like it's happening. And there's something about you that makes you the best fit for it, because this is unleashing what you're capable of. This is teaching you what you're capable of. Someone may have tried to do something to you purposely in hopes that you'd be defeated, but you came out on top. You came out as one of the winners. In fact, you went to go back to save someone else, and that's what made you an even greater champion. So that's, to me, what this is an indication of, is that you are someone that is willing to go back and to help and to be a helping hand to other people, and that is your superpower, because you are selfless. Oh my God, and that's why you were chosen. They may have chosen you to try to make a fool of you or try to defeat you, but guess what? You came out on top and you beat them at their game, not even trying to. Because to them it was a game and they wanted to see you fail, but you're not failing. If anything, you're coming out on top. That is so beautiful. An identity. Okay, on the first night at Hogwarts, first-year students are sorted into one of 4 houses: Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin. Each house embodies different qualities. Gryffindors are renowned for their courage and determination. Look at you! Ravenclaws for their wit and wisdom, Hufflepuffs for their patience and loyalty, and Slytherins for their pride and ambition. If you could attend Hogwarts, which house do you think you would belong to and why? Funny thing is that after going through this loss, or after going through this battle, or after going through this thing, who are you at the end of it all? What have you learned about yourself? What have you learned about the world? There is a strong connection to universal energy that you have here, especially with the Flower of Life. You have a really strong connection to the ethers, to the mental realm. You have a strong connection to it all, really. But we're going to go ahead and flip your cards around. Okay, Spirit. I'm ready to see what's going on here. Contemplation. You have here the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. You have the King of Cups in reverse. You have the 7 of Pentacles. I don't know why, but I'm hearing don't second guess who you are. Do not second guess who you are at all. Recommit. And I feel like the word recommitment or recommit, I feel like what this is that along the line, you may have felt that you lost yourself, or you may have felt like this emotional war between the mind, or this war between the mind and the emotions. I'm hearing, Spirit, say to take your time with yourself. The fact that you have the Pentacles cards here, this is an indication to me that you have to take a more practical approach in terms of honoring your emotions and becoming more grounded. I don't know why, but I feel like for pile number 4, I have to look at the rest of your cards here. You have playfulness. You have Turtle Spirit. Oh my God. Slow and steady wins the race. Talk about emotions and practicality. You actually have the turtle here. This is land and sea. This is you. This is ancient energy. This is old energy. This is energy that predates the humans. Like, this is so interesting. I love this. This is like dinosaur energy. Okay. And then you have, those are the ones that you have. And you also have these here. You have the less cards, so your message may not be as dramatic, or your messages may not be as like loud or as long. And I'm going to honor that. I need more clarity for this pile. Okay. Oh man. So the fact that you have these cards here, you have the 4 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, the 6 of Swords in reverse. Wow. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6 may be of resonance to you. That's so interesting. You have the World card here. You have Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Cups in reverse, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands in an upright position. Playfulness, prosperity, truth transcends all illusions, and then we also have here slow and steady wins the race. I think that this definitely is Spirit's call for you to take your time with this area of your life. And I also feel like Spirit is asking for you, like, for you, instead of you showing up and doing, I feel like Spirit wants you right now to rest before you take that leap, before you go out and venture off. I feel like there's something that needs to be looked at, that needs to be I don't know why the word is like readjusted or reevaluated. There's a strong reevaluation here. That's what it is. Spirit is asking for you to reevaluate your connections. Reevaluate what you are choosing. I feel like we asked that question at the very beginning. Like, what am I choosing and why? I love that. May everything that you choose be a reflection of who you are truly. And I feel that when Spirit says slow and steady wins the race, I feel like you're at a time in your life where you're not meant to rush through this. You have to take your time. You have to enjoy the moment. You have to enjoy being in the moment of playing, being in the moment of unseriousness, because that in itself brings healing. And that is in itself is what opens the gateway to prosperity. And also it says truth transcends all illusions. You have the dragonfly spirit here. I feel like there's a newfound truth. Some of you guys in the past may have felt like you were around people who you felt that you couldn't be yourself around, where you felt like you just felt disempowered. Like, that's the word, for lack of a better term, disempowered. In fact, I feel like you guys were around people who were very emotionally manipulative. And I feel that now you're in a space where you're learning how to trust and to love yourself in a way that is of spirit, in a way that is of higher quality, like, for lack of better terms here. Like, it really does feel that way. For some of you guys are entering into this other phase or this next chapter where you're learning how to love and you're learning how to allow yourself to be loved in a way that is fulfilling. You guys are learning how to allow yourself to transition without the need of resistance. I feel like some of you guys were in spaces where you felt you may have rushed into something. And this is not regarding your now, but this is regarding your past. In the past, you used to rush into relationships. You used to rush into friendships. Spirit is saying is that instead this time, I want you to take your time. Because the truth will always come out. I want you to take your time. Enjoy it. There's something about enjoying before you make a commitment. Spirit wants you to enjoy before making this commitment. And that is literally your message, Power 4. Like, honestly. Well, you are not Power 4. Excuse me for saying that. But for those of you guys that chose Gryffindor, you are here, again, to enjoy this time. You are here to just enjoy your time. Gryffindors are renowned for their courage and determination. You've been through a lot in life. The best thing that you can do for yourself right now is to enjoy and to take your time. Ride the wave here. This is you riding the wave. I'm hearing surfing. For some of you, this is surfing. Being at the beach. Soaking in the sun. What is that one song? Oh my goodness. What is that song? I don't know, you probably haven't seen it. But like, there's this but there's a movie called Island on the Sun, I think is what it's called. I think that's what it was. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I can't play it on here, but I'll correct myself. But I remember it was on this movie called like Aquamarine. And it's so funny that that is like coming through, because there's so much more to love than just romance. And Spirit is saying that you are learning that. Like, you're learning that there is so much more to love than just romantic relationships. In fact, what I'm hearing is polyamory for some of you. Take it as it resonates. Or you may be learning how to be your partner's friend. Either way it goes, take your time with yourself. Take your time with your friends. Take your time with your family. Just take your time, okay? You've experienced a lot. It is time to gain, okay? I feel like that's really all that I can say for you guys. Also, you have here what looks like a moon and a star. My battery ended up dying, but I'm taking that as a sign to wrap it up because we have been doing this reading for a long time now. Anyways, And I'm hoping that I have room on my computer for this, but we'll see. We will see. I'm sure I do. But anyways, I feel like that's really what it is, you guys. Like, I feel like you guys are just in a space where you're just taking your time. You're entering definitely into a new phase of life, but before you do that, you have to go back and ask yourself, where did I feel emotionally wounded? Where did I feel emotionally unstable? Where did I feel like I rushed into something? And this time I want to take my time because I want to learn this more and I want to enjoy myself while I'm doing it. I don't want to feel like there's an obligation to show up in this way. I don't want to feel like I have to do this. I want to do this. Like, I want to, because I know that that's what makes me feel most fulfilled. It is. And I love that. You're taking it easy. You're learning how to just enjoy life. You're not taking it so seriously this time. And you're meant to take seriously what you need to take seriously. And you're learning that. You're learning who you are. You're reconnecting and recommitting to yourself. You're making an oath to yourself this time. And then the right one will come along. I love you guys so much. Thank you for spending time with me here. You also have here one last thing. I choose strength. Oh, that's so beautiful. I choose strength. I choose strength. I choose to keep going, but this time in a smarter way. You are known for your strength and determination, and that is what makes you powerful. But now, Spirit wants you to rest. Spirit wants you to take your time. Spirit wants you to take it easy. Spirit wants you to breathe through it. Breathe. Remember to breathe. Smell the flowers. Smell the honey. Smell the whatever. Smell the pina colada or smell the pineapple, whatever it is. Smell the roses or the peonies. Like, just smell it. There's something about your sense of smell. And Spirit says that these smells will bring up memories and emotions. Allow it to happen. Don't fight it. Okay? I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming on to this YouTube channel. Oh my goodness, we did it. We did our reading. We finished it. Thank y'all for tuning in with me. If y'all need anything from me, please feel free to visit me online at CassandraTurner.com. And if y'all want to, you guys can also follow along with me over at Magic of Eden. And I will catch you in my next video.